It seems someone has acted faster. Those two, they're my uncle's agents, Sage and Acorn. Yes, we address each other by code. I'll keep you updated on the family. Seems like they are looking for something as well. It's only natural my uncle wishes to retrieve the lost items. But my presence might raise a few eyebrows. Yes, you try and loosen their lips. Talk business with merchants and...
Hey, that's you they're calling.
No, that's both of us. But I don't recognize this person.
Neither do I. Listen up.
Okay, you got the names right. Must be family. Who are you? Cat's Eye. Doesn't ring a bell. Probably one of those new recruits after the Carnival.
So, what do you need? We are just about to wrap up and grab a bite at Margarita's. Still got a lot on our plate today.
Oh, margaritas. Nothing quite like...
Always a solid choice when on the move.
You know, the last time I was there, I heard talk about a thief stealing from the vault.
Well, cat's out of the bag now. See that house right there?
Not yet. We've looked everywhere, but...
To be honest, I doubt we'll ever find them. The thief has probably sold everything off by now. We are short on manpower. That's a needle in a haystack, if you ask me. Well, our boss is our job is to follow orders, not to ask questions.
That's right. If you spot anything unusual, keep an eye on it. Could be your big break. With a bit more time, I think you'll do just fine.
So, they found nothing, but assumed Uncle wasn't concerned. That makes no sense. Everything that happened recently ties back to the vault. If Uncle wished to protect his position, he'd be quick to retrieve the items and resolve the situation. Curiously, Bennett was last sighted in the vicinity of Liberty Square, where you met Uncle. Last night, I was investigating the area before I happened upon your private meeting. But when I brought this up with him afterwards, he didn't seem privy to any details. As for my search of Bennett's home, nothing of note turned up. Just as the two agents, I found no spoils, not even the faintest trace of them being stored or moved. Everything about his living space fits the profile of a typical junior vault employee. I also asked around about Bennett after our previous collaboration. He was ambitious, but never greedy. I was even told he refused a bribe offered by a business associate during an operation. The Montelli family is ever generous with wealth and opportunities, welcoming all who aspire to make their mark in Ragusa. Mere profit would never make him betray us. For now, more evidence is required. The entire... Shh! Hold still. See that man over there, the one that looks like a grey dove? After him. Nowhere to run. Now it's time for a proper chat.
These old creaky bones of mine. Did I offend you? Or are you just chasing down every passing soul? Never thought the Montellis would grow so aggressive.
No one knows the family's ways better than its members, even though he's no longer one of us. Right, old Duncan?
I must admit, you have an annoyingly good memory. It's remarkable that someone of your rank would remember a man such as myself.
I will never forget that stormy night. Nor any of the members who were caught in it.
Sadly, I've no desire to be remembered. To me, Montelli is only There were moments of joy, but they cannot make up for my loss. Now, I only feel tired.
Why go back to what you claim to have left in the past? Unless they're—
You were standing across from Bennett's doorway, and your clothes are still damp from the rain. You weren't simply passing by, you were watching. What were you looking for? Or, should I ask, what did you hope to find?
I don't know. To grieve for my last friend in the family? To blame him for being so reckless and greedy? Or to figure out how this fool ended up in such a mess? Hoping to find the lost items and settle his debts, so he may rest in peace. I tried to persuade him we either play to win, or are forced to leave with nothing. Every Montelli has a chance at their desires. Now, his ambition and greed have cost him everything.
Most people find acceptance easier than change, as change demands the bravery to face uncertainty. No great endeavor is without its perils. So yes, if the Montellis are to drive the change and push past current barriers, the path ahead will be anything but easy. The family exists to withstand what an individual cannot, and accomplish what might otherwise be unattainable. But within the family, each Montelli still enjoys the freedom of choice. Your leaving is a testament to this, is it not? If you're willing, there is still much to be done for Bennett. His terminal, the alleged stolen goods, everything but his body remains missing. Given your familiarity, you might help us in locating these items.
In that case, you might want to speak to Scarlet Velvet. The leader of a network of commoners seeking freedom in Raguna. They had close ties with Bennett. If he was really stealing, I'd wager they were complicit. And that said, with their recent fallout with the family, I can't guarantee you'll find them, let alone talk to them.
We have little choice now. Let's go. This is the place. In Raguna's market, they say fortune seldom favors those who lack a taste for fine. Among traders, there's a secret code in the way drinks are mixed. A base of bitter almond and mint, for instance, usually signals danger and death. But some have devised their own, more private codes. Yes, with the ongoing feud, so all that remains is to order...
Greetings. What will it be today?
A scarlet velvet ribbon, please.
Scarlet velvet. An uncommon choice.
Kush. Blood orange gin. That drink you have there is quite rare. Would you... Ah, a riddle cloaked in mystery.
The key to any language, with that in mind. Sounds like you've been at this code research for quite some... Do you know when the bartender started his shift today?
Let me see.
Thank you.
Anything else I can get you? Or is there a problem with the drinks?
As expected from a scarlet velvet who makes every drink and... So this scarlet velvet ribbon is meant for you. Am I correct?
Well, well. It finds its way back to me at last. A drink of trouble, I'd call it. Contact has been made, and by the rules, a conversation should follow. But Scarlet Velvet has decided there will be no further dealings with the Montellis. The partnership is broken, and whatever bond you had is all but gone. If you do meet up, Lady Carlotta, aren't you afraid things might turn ugly?
It's rumored that Scarlet Velvet's decision to end our partnership has something to do with a vault keeper named Bennett.
Surely you don't believe that nonsense.
Then what is the truth? Bennett was recently found dead in the wild. The dead are silent, but you are not. So let's talk.
Wait, Bennett is dead? That complicates things, I'm afraid. I'm not sure if trusting Montelli is a wise choice, but in memory of Bennett, if you truly are as noble as he believed, go to Whisperwind Haven after dusk. I will inform Scarlet Velvet.
Let me be there for everyone, as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind.
Another day, another heroic me!
terminals are divine artifacts from the Sentinel, brought to Rinascita by the first Prime. What you possessed were nothing but privately made replicas, existing solely by the grace of the Primus.
We never stopped asking the Order for permission to wear the terminals. But every single you've controlled the terminal supply, and the family stopped trading with us. These are all we have left. Why should we hand them?
I can sense your fervent desire for the artifacts and the blessings from the Sentinel. But whether you are worthy of the terminal, if you willingly part with your wealth in devotion to the Order's divine cause, the door to forgiveness. But should you persist in your defiance, we'll have to
The Order and the Commoners. It must be Scarlet Velvet causing the stir. The Order's arrogance is known, but such... Let's first address their... Still recognize me?
Ah, the Montelli's second daughter, and this year's laureate. I suggest you tread carefully. Must I remind you again? Trading reserved terminals is a breach of the discipline.
We paid good money for these.
Yet the very traders who took your money have... How sad, Miss Carlo.
Oh, please. My ties with the family are not so fragile as to be shaken by mere words. The fact that we're having this conversation... The Sentinel and the Primus have declared free trade as our undeniable right. You preach the doctrine, yet fail to adhere to it yourself. If I were you, I'd be on my way to the penitentiary. Willful transgression is the worst blasphemy one can imagine.
Mark my words. The day Montelli is brought to its knees by the Order, when that day comes, or...
Ernesto, the bartender, said you needed to see me. You may have just offended us, but you heard it. Your family has left us in a mess. Frankly, I don't see the point in having this conversation. But since Ernesto said it's about Bennett, I'll give you a minute, for his sake. Speak quickly. Regardless of the bigger picture, your side ended the deal. We were informed at short notice to stop all trade. And it's not just the terminals. No more jewelry, perfumes, and all that nonsense. You saw what happened today. And not to mention, I haven't seen him on telly for nearly 2 weeks. Where were you when we were fighting against the Order and the Phassalias?
There was a slight issue of a traitor in the vault, so our hands were tied. A direct approach works best at times. Actually, what that acolyte claimed is news to me. Surrendering control and ceasing trade are not in the Montelli's vocabulary. The Montelli creed has always been family first and a pioneering spirit second.
With your grandfather, maybe. But he won't be around forever. When Capello takes the helm, you won't have a say. The real question is whether we can get our trade back on track. Can your family still be trusted? One thing's for sure. I don't want to see the family who first broke the monopoly to trade with us commoners end up defending it.
I'll speak with my uncle and grandfather to see what happened with our cooperation.
You know what? This is supposed to be your family's business. Why am I saying this to you? Excuse my... Ernesto told me Bennett's gone. What happened? He seemed fine the last time we met. Good judgment there. The rumours are nonsense. Fencing stolen goods? Please. Bennett used to handle our shipments for the vault, but everything was above board. Nothing shady, okay? He knew his stuff. Never took advantage of us, never budged on prices either. For him, it was always business first, friendship second. When he was running late, he'd stay up at that hill sometimes. We even set up a shelter there after it happened a few times. That's all. Come to think of it, he did stay there for a while the last time we saw him. Asked us to stash something too. What was it he said? I hope we don't need to use it.
Seems Bennett may have anticipated the trouble ahead. I wonder if you might show us to the shelter.
There's an entrance along the coast. Go straight down the road and you'll see it. What's your business there anyway?
Watch out.
Leave it to me. Wonderful sound. Let me be there for everyone, as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind. Let me be there for everyone, as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind. Leave it to me.
Banish all vice.
It's more than time.
You can tell someone was here. Look at the mess. Perhaps Bennett deliberately arranged it this way as a cover. We'll each use our senses to search. Then let's gather and analyze. Something is strange here.
These items aren't exactly rare, but they're not everyday objects either.
Indeed. But what I find strange is these items. Don't they seem familiar? Do you recall those 3 lines from the anthology? The ones Bennett sent me in the photo. Thy eyes guide my course in the tempest. The woman in the painting here seems to stand in the gloomy rain, but her eyes remain bright. Like the secret code in drinks, what matters is never the object themselves, now the book. It appears to be about winter, which is likely related to the second line, for... The last one is a rotor device. The planet... MLCL 190468. That format. It's a vault storage code. Of course it is. Bennett was a vault keeper. But what was he trying to convey in such a cryptic 4 letters? The highest clearance level in the vault. Could it be? Hold on.
Carlotta? Yeah. You asked me to keep an eye out for Bennett's terminal. Well, I found it. Yeah, that's for me to know and you to wonder. But it was not in good shape after what it went through. Yeah, if you can use it at all, the data and the records inside might need to be recovered.
Understood. I'll have someone pick it up for restoration.
Wait, what now? What, you're not even gonna check? Oh, no, it's nothing really. Just worried it might be too tricky to repair.
All right. We'll inform you when there's more to share. We're returning to the Montelli quarter first. The terminal will be fixed there. You might not know this, but Bennett was never granted the highest clearance in the vault.
Isn't that a good sign? It means Bennett might not be guilty after all, just as you suspected.
But it's replaced by another suspicion. One I am reluctant to entertain, but only grandfather, uncle, and I. Liberty Square. Our proximity. The vault's security clearance. A traitor among the authority to end dealings with Scarlet Velvet. There's someone all evidence points to. Were I to entertain it, it all starts to make sense. Betrayed us. Wouldn't that be utter? Now all that remains is to see what the code reveals. It might clear our doubts.
I'll be with you, no matter what. Wind guide me.
My people just reported some initial progress on the terminal repair. Let's go. Our meetup spot is right ahead.
Lady Carlotta, we received a terminal addressed to you, signed DC. The initial restoration is almost complete, but some data is overwritten or isolated due to Our evaluation suggests that a full restoration might not be worth it. But if you insist...
Good. Make sure to contact him.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's where I was investigating that night. Seems like the intel was right. Bennett did go there. And the other location, I think it's my uncle's private dock. Primarily used for storage, not shipments. Reviewing the records hardly... If time permits, we should take the terminal. There may be other useful information in... But first, let's put that code to use. Follow me. The complete inventory and access records can... Please, follow me. Someone extracted the core data module. It's empty now. This must be what Bennett was trying to tell us before he died. Someone with access to the vault has broken their oath and leaked the data module. Now only Uncle, Grandfather, and I have the clearance to retrieve it. In Renisita, the Order maintains control over terminals. Our lantern-type terminal is a modified model. It may look purely ornamental, but it houses the tech modules we've developed. As Scarlet Velvet said, aside from our art dealings, we've been supplying these terminals to resonators at fair prices as part of our discreet business. By doing so, we've broken the Order's monopoly. We've given more people the means to protect themselves in their ventures. The Order is aware of our discreet business, but they turn a blind eye as long as we don't openly chat. As a result, no family member would ever divulge our terminals. No. We must find the core module.
Carlotta, where are you?
Uncle, may I ask you something first? Before the carnival, the priest showed me your pendant. How did he come by it? And what led to your capture?
Does it matter? All you need to know is that it's handled, and I'm in the clear now.
Were you mistreated? Did they...
Heed my words. Whatever you've uncovered, put it behind you and all will be as it was. No grudges, no cons. Now, we've had some trouble with the shipment over at Septimont. As the rightful heir, I'm giving you a new order.
I refuse.
Excuse me?
I said I refuse. I can't act as if nothing happened. I won't let a family member die unjustly, or see our modules fall into the wrong hands.
Don't trouble yourself with the modules. Yes, our family's ambition has led us far.
I can't believe you just said that.
Why do you insist on tearing?
Then so be it. Your course is set, as is mine. But mark my words, I will stop you, Mr. Capello. I'm sorry you have to see this side of our family. Well, wallowing in emotion, the core module is difficult to carry around. They must have hidden it. The dock Bennett visited used for storage. We need to adjust our strategy. My conversation with Capello will have alerted him. He's likely to move the module sooner than expected. I need to inspect the... Indeed, but I need you to take this terminal to Pierre at the bank. If the dock turns out to be a dead end, I know that securing... They call it a dock, but no ships ever come. Uncle has concealed what he took from the vault here. A secluded place entirely under his control. Nothing so far. Or am I too late? Did Capello get here from the energy fluctuation? It was going off and on. Such a big mirror. Doesn't seem to be made of common glass, but... Will I find the data module? Or was all this just a trap?
Hello again. You don't seem very surprised to learn who I am.
Carlotta told me Mr. Pierre always follows her grandfather around. My instincts weren't wrong when I saw you together. It also explains why you seemed familiar when we first met.
What's the term for it? A destined encounter? That's it. I doubt you want more chit-chat. I know you're here for that terminal. Let Pierre inspect it for you, and we can resume our conversation. Remember that painting we discussed earlier? In a fragile equilibrium, the smaller piece is forced to repress its true nature. It's confined to a seemingly flawless structure, stripped of its autonomy. I don't want the same fate for her. I can't simply impose my path upon her, expecting blind obedience. She must find her own path. As for those who betray their own blood, there will be no leniency. Even my own son is not exempt from this. However, before I intervene, I want to see her plan take shape. My hand should only be played as a final measure. The old give way to the new. It's the way of the world. So I ask you this favor. When the time is right, give this to her.
It's a little tricky, but you're lucky to have my expertise. This terminal is defunct, but I've retrieved all its data, even the overwritten and isolated bits. The terminal has been tampered with, but nothing was intentionally erased. It seems they wanted to overwrite the data to avoid detection. I can show you. Do you have a terminal? I'll send over the data so you can see for yourself.
I assume you've taken care of Bennett's body.
We dumped him in the tacit Discord zone overnight. We'll claim he was killed by those monsters tomorrow morning. Sir, are you sure? Are we really going to work with the Order? Have they made you kill one of our own?
We're in too deep now. Handing over the data module to the Order will cement our position as an ally of the authorities. We'll replace the Physalias. The other resonators in the city are irrelevant. And Bennett, I would have taken care of him regardless. He knew too much. He deserved it for pursuing the Scarlet Velvet matter. Anyone who gets in my way...
Yes, sir.
We all stood together on that stormy night. Each one of us losing someone dear. The best way to avoid sacrifice... You may have left the family, and I should expect no more favors from you. But I ask this of you one last time. Please, put this terminal in Carlotta's hands.
What's in it?
Nothing. Save for the standard. In 3 days, I'll be negotiating on behalf of the family with the Order. Think about Bennett.
Unbelievable. What is Capello even thinking? Killing one of our own? It's a complete betrayal of our family. I must record all this madness with something. My terminal? No, it's too risky. Wait, I have Bennett's body. Nobody's going to pay attention to a dead man's terminal. I'll record it, then overwrite with new data. I have to keep this record well, in case I also...
A trap? Wait, sir.
She's already there, so why bother?
What is that?
The family will shield you.
These flashbacks. Could it be from touching that mirror? Energy crystals made into a mirror with pre-made sonoro inside. These masterless echoes have turned hostile. The frequency fluctuations in this sonoro seem unstable. I'll have to handle them before I can search the area. demands more. Is that it? A new era awaits. Still recognize me? Quickly and swiftly. Running won't save you. You will yield. Still recognize me? The world is mine. Now there's nothing else in my way. All these obstacles suggest the answer is likely there. I must investigate that mansion. The way out and clues I need may lie within its walls. Can you keep up? This layout and decor seems strikingly similar to our mansion, just with slight differences. This area, these decorations, the chandelier specifically, were destroyed during the invasion 5 years.
If you're telling me he's adopting that orphan girl from the other side of the family, spare me. Already heard.
Fancy a wager? I bet.
Recognize me? Can you keep up? Still recognize me? Gently does it? Still recognize me? Anything catch your eye? All right, time to check the lobby.
Come over, my child.
Sir?
Yes. Fret not, Carlotta. Come up to the front, so everyone can...
Dazzling sunlight. Am I in the court? Have I left that scenario already? Now the question is, what moment from my past does this represent? How do I leave this place? Leave? But didn't you just follow me here? Cut the nonsense. You were the one who brought me into this scenario. Ugh, fine. But why should I tell you? True, I brought you here. But remember, from this moment, don't pretend we're alike in any way. Oh, right. Surrender. Still recognize me? Huh. Take this! An absurd, impudent display. The stage is set. I'm still standing. Found your weak spot. Victory favors me. Nice work. But this is You must be dying to know which part of the past this is. Blood debts will catch up with those who have to pay. Stormy. Can you keep up? Quickly and swiftly. Still recognize me? Running won't save you. An eye for an eye. You've crossed the wrong person. Can you keep up?
3 key areas have been hit one after another. South second block, West End dock, and intel says they ambushed Father.
We're running out of time.
No, we shouldn't do that. The Facadias were keeping an eye on our other territory.
No, we're not doing that. They can take the West End.
Why? When Padrino eventually...
But we still risk exposure.
What about you, Carlotta? What do you think?
Once again, this deviate will hit our people on the East End, the South second block at... Quickly and swiftly. Ha! Victory favors me! In the name of the Montellis. To the Montellis. Quickly and swiftly. Can you hit? Found your weak spot. Not even close. Still recognize me? Glory demands more. A new era awaits. Still recognize me? Improvise. Is that it? You will yield. The world is mine. I'm still standing. Masterpiece complete. Wow. Look, and of course, you didn't just come up with it because you knew what happened. How does it feel to finally have... Back then, the family ended up...
No. Cynthia. Look at me. Oh, you're the only family I have left. How much more do we have to lose?
Can you keep up?
Left! You should have gone left! Wait. Or maybe not. Think it over. I told you before. You should take the easier way out.
Wrong. Wrong again. Do you really think you can choose the right path? Stay. Let's get lost in this maze together.
Do you truly think you are worthy of the Montelli name? Just give up. What an embarrassing sight. What is so painful to watch? You might have another chance up ahead. Don't disappoint.
Yes, that's right. Keep moving forward. You're getting close. You have to press ahead. Don't doubt yourself.
Don't you see? This is what happens when you choose the wrong path and back the wrong horse. The cost will be far greater than you thought.
No, not...
Why are you...
I was worried you might be in danger. Also, I'm here to deliver this. The gun was always there. You earned the right to use it the moment you chose to act on your own accord. Looks like you've made up your mind.
The Padrino's gun never leaves his side. If he places it within your reach, it can only mean one thing. You've been entrusted with the authority to act in the name of Montaigne. Now, whether it fires and where it aims, the choice is mine alone. I am merely a blade made for killing.
Why won't you obey my order?
I'm getting old.
If we can make other...
Why can't you just give in to me and stay here?
Wonderful sound. Moment of resonance. Disperse.
Still recognize me? Glory demands more. Masterpiece complete. Still recognize me?
Swift and resolute. Wonderful sound.
My compliments. Victory favors me. How did you let go of confusion and doubt so easily? Those were your true feelings. You and I. What makes us so different? Rover, care for a story? A story about why a certain girl was adopted. Prayer alone offers no salvation. In the face of survival, creed becomes meaningless.
How dare she eat the tribute? Nanny always said that food is for tribute. It's not for eating.
You're bad, girl. I'm telling Nanny.
Who would have thought? She's a Montaigne after all. The hall is in chaos. clings to her weapon. What a monster!
This suits a Montelli well. Repurposing decoration into a weapon, defying indoctrination
to chart the course forward. Her blood runs with the same fierce will as ours. Come with me. The family will shield you and open your eyes to a new world. You will rise to become a true Montelli.
I see. So Duncan was in the dark about the real cause of Bennett's death. He simply wanted to protect his friend's reputation, and Capello used that. Duncan gave us a rigged terminal to cover Bennett's debt, clearing his name. Capello couldn't have tampered with the terminal data himself, or he would have found the information hidden beneath the override. I can empathize with Duncan. We will never achieve that by surrender. From the very beginning, our grandfather and the others have already paved the way. I will follow their lead and chart wealth and power with the Montelli family. The family exists to like I said. An all-out war with the Order isn't a wise move. Rather than Black Scarlet Velvet mention they need a formal reply. Care to help me give them an unforgettable response in 2...
Can you hear me? Just checking your location. Have you reached the spot, my clever accomplice? Perfect. The venue only has one entrance. I've arranged for a handler to get you in.
Oh, the upstairs parlour is off limits, reserved for a private event. Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, yes, they did tell me about that. What was that? You do have a point, but it's a special day. I need to confirm everyone's identity. What's your code name? Show me your token.
Hey, Tulip! Why are you still standing there? Come here. Boss just asked for you.
Ah, a tulip coin. I remember you. You work at the vault, don't you? We had a drink at Margarita's. No wonder you arrived early.
Yeah. We can talk after getting the job done.